welcome to today's press conference that is for the Hennessy All-Star Show on the 10th of September in the Skydome Arena in Coventry, free and exclusive on Channel 5. We've got some of the lineup from the show joining us today. We have former Love Island star and undefeated prospect Idris Virgo. We have explosive heavyweight prospect Tommy Welch. We have, you all sat in different order. We have former Midlands area welterweight champion Casey Benjamin. We have the current Midlands area middleweight champion River Wilson Bent. We have former British light heavyweight champion Shakhan Kitters and the WBC silver middleweight champion Sam Eggington. So this is some of the cards from that night, so we're just going to have a chat with them and see how they've been getting on. They all actually fought on the last show in May. So Idris, we're going to start with you.
The one and only, the one and only.
So we obviously saw you out in May, where you fought Louis Van Pooch. How have you reflected back on that fight?
Watched the fight back, there's a few things I could have done a bit different, so obviously brand new camp, restarted, and yeah, so this next fight's going to be quite exciting, to be honest with you.
What kind of fight are you wanting? You've got no opponent announced yet, but what kind of fight are you looking for?
The kind of fight I was looking for was I'm joking, we're on the same team now, so it's all fine, we're on the same team, but oh no, I'll fight whoever's put in front of me, whoever's put in front of me I'll fight, so I don't pick my opponent. Calm down, Julie. But yeah, so whoever they pick, that's who I'll fight, so see what happens in the next show.
Are you looking to start stepping up now? Because you're 10-0 and one draw. Are you looking to step up the opponents?
So we shouldn't say the opponents are good.
Well, no, it's just every fight you're looking to step up. Obviously, you fought Louis Van Pooch before, so he was an opponent you'd already fought before.
Louis Van Pooch is a decent journeyman. Being around the block, his record speaks for itself. So for say stepping up, every opponent I fight, I do believe he's a decent opponent. So just see what happens in the next fight.
Are you wanting to stay active and then push on to maybe title fights soon? Have you got a plan of action?
Yeah, 100%. Stay active. Hopefully, at the end of the year, go for a title fight, and that's it.
Because you are with a new team now. You're down in Brighton, and now you've had a bit more time to prepare down there. How is that going?
Yeah, camp's going great. Every single day I'm learning something new. Every time I'm in the gym, it's not like the same things. It's different things. So it's just like it's excitement. It's like a new day at school. So you got me. Hello. So yeah, very good, and I'm excited to get back out there on September the 10th and show the fans what we're working on.
And at the last press conference that we did here, you did have a bit of beef with River.
No, I never.
You were back and forth, but are things good now, or is that a potential fight you're still looking at?
I believe things are alright now. We're on the same team. He's got his journey he's taking. I've got my journey and my route I'm taking. So I wish him the best. So yeah, that's it really.
Well, best of luck on the 10th.
Thank you.
Tommy, your stablemate, will come to you now.
Yeah.
You've been had a busy summer. You've been travelling around, getting the learning fights in. Just talk to us about what that's been like.
Well, I mean, in these times I've had to travel quite a lot, trying to pick up some scouts on my record, slowly building. I mean, the next fight should be my 5th fight, hopefully 5 with 5 knockouts as well. I'm trying to just build sort of gracefully, to be honest. It's been quite a challenge getting on shows, so we've had to travel out, so it's been quite nice. The last show I got on was an Italian show. We turned up there for an indoor stadium. Luckily we ended up on the beach, so it was quite strange, to be honest. I felt like a right gladiator in Italy, so it was the gladiator's pit. It was interesting, it was good fun, it was a great experience, and we got the job done, so it was nice, yeah.
As well as obviously picking up the wins, what else do you think you've sort of benefited from travelling away and getting those fights under your belt?
At this level of my career, it's nice to go and adventure out sort of into different places, dealing with different pressures in different hometowns. I'm not just boxing in England with the usual pressure of the English fans. I've got try and impress the foreign territories, you know. So yeah, no, it's been exciting, to be honest. It's yeah, as I said, at this level, it's good to get all experiences, and you know, when I move up and I've got to travel and fight for titles, perhaps I'm already doing it sort of, you know, now. So yeah, no, it's exciting. It's good.
How did you find being the away fighter over there?
I felt at home, to be honest. So I didn't feel any different. So yeah, no, it's nice.
And obviously there's going to be a full crowd there in September. How good is that going to be? Obviously you've been fighting away with not much support there. How are you going to find that?
Well, I mean, I pulled the mask out and everyone was going crazy, so I felt like I had the support there as well, to be honest. But, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to a full crowd. I think it's going to be exciting. I want to feel the atmosphere. That's sort of what we've all been missing. So it'll be nice to get in front of a big crowd and feeling that energy, sort of, to push you on even more. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a full crowd back, to be honest. What I've been waiting for. I'm sure it's what we've all been waiting for. So yeah, let's enjoy it.
Just talk us through the mask. We've seen that and it looks great, but what was your thought process behind that?
Something a little bit different. I feel like it's been quite a challenge to get to this position. I've always wanted to be in this position, so it's been quite challenging. A lot of ups and downs. I felt like that film was quite a dark film with a lot of meaning behind it, and I'm quite a buzzy character with quite a dark side. So I feel like when I put that mask on, it represents a lot of meaning, you know, dark meaning. And when I wear it to the ring, it's my war face. You know, I'm ready for war when that mask goes on. So whoever's in front of me better prepare for a tough night as well. You know, when the Joker comes out, they're like. And
just talking about the UK heavyweight scene, it's a tough division at the moment. How do you rate it at the moment? Who are you looking at as good prospects that you could potentially fight?
I mean, Matchroom's building up a nice camp of fighters for me, to be honest. I'm keeping a close eye on all them boys. They're sort of coming up at the same time as me. So everyone's talking about me versus them. There's 3 of them, there's 1 of me, so I'm ready for them. All at once, you know, I don't really care, to be honest. I'm taking my time, I'm not looking to fight anyone at the moment. So, building, that's the main thing. I'm building slowly, and when I get my time, I'll be ready to fight anyone. So yeah, the UK scene's buzzing, to be honest. The heavyweights is coming through, there's a lot of good fighters coming through. I think the Americans are looking good as well, so we need to stay strong this side, because the Americans are coming up as well, and the Eastern Europeans. There's a lot of good fighters out there, and there's a lot of good fighters making noise, so it's not just the UK that is coming through. I'm looking to sort of gain as much experience as I can, and then sort of, you know, when it's time to fight domestically, I'll be ready. So, you know, I hope they keep progressing how they are, and then hopefully we'll cross paths. I'll be ready for them.
Are we going to see you continue to stay active the rest of this year?
Very active. If I'm not active, my mind, you know, ventures off. So I've got to stay active in this game while I'm here, and yeah, enjoy the path that I'm on at the moment. I'm loving it. So it's great.
Well, best of luck.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, we'll move on to Casey Benjamin, and we can announce your opponent over 10 rounds is Dario Morello. So that is going to be a tough fight for you. He's got a good record. What do you make of that fight?
I ain't really seen much of him, but I know that he fought Luther Clay, and I think he got dropped by Luther Clay too. So yeah, he's 16-1, I think, and he's obviously going to bring it. Obviously he's Italian and he's tough, so I'm expecting the best version of him.
Is this the type of fight that you're wanting at this stage of your career now?
Yeah, definitely, but I just want a title for it as well. If I get the title on it, then I can start going that international route and climbing towards a world title, which is the end goal for me.
And reflecting back on your performance from May, it was a great performance. How do you feel after, now you've had some time to reflect, and also what you've been working on as gym since then?
I feel like I've got a lot stronger. I feel like more knockouts are going to come, definitely. I'm sparring bigger opponents and I'm sparring bigger people than what I'm fighting in the ring. So I feel like when it comes to fight night, I'm just gonna take them out, and that's the end goal, just to put on a performance and entertain the fans.
So is that your prediction that there's going to be a stoppage?
Yeah, I predict the stoppage, definitely.
There's also talk that you could potentially move down as well to super lightweight. Is that something that you're looking to do and challenge the titles there?
I don't think so, no, but I think I could possibly do it, but I don't know how I perform at that weight. I like my food too much.
Is that what's stopping you?
Yeah, definitely. I like eating.
And if this fight, you get a title for this fight, and you get through it, what are you wanting from sort of the next 12 months?
I just want to stay active and just keep getting better opponents and keep putting up performances which obviously impress the fans, and yeah, just bigger titles.
And you have just signed a long-term promotional deal with Hennessy. How exciting is that to do and for the future of your boxing?
It's great. It looks like sky's the limit. Hopefully I can just keep staying active and getting the big titles, that's all. And obviously if I keep winning, then yeah, the big title should come and a bigger name should come too. And hopefully there should be some big domestic fights there too in that end goal.
Anyone in particular of those domestic opponents that you're looking at, who's impressing you?
Obviously there's Ben, he's at the top of the game domestically at the moment. There's Michael Mickinson. There's some good names out there that obviously would make great fights. So obviously, hopefully Ben, obviously he's on that route to the world title. Hopefully he gets that, and then obviously he'll start. He's with Matchroom, so Mickinson will get the first shot at him, of course. Like hopefully I'll be next, but yeah. He's a very good opponent, obviously, as he's always improving, and I'm always improving too. So yeah, hopefully we could meet at that world title.
How do you see yourself sort of compared to these guys? You're saying you're both improving all the time, but how do you compare yourself to them?
I don't compare myself to them, I just focus on me and I try to be the best me that I can be. I'm always improving in the gym, every fight, as you can see. I'm just working on sitting on my shots more and making sure my opponents feel it.
Well, Casey, best of luck in September.
Thank you.
Right, we'll move on to River Wilson Bent, who we also can announce his opponent, Sladan Shananin, who is going to be a tough opponent for you, over 10 rounds. How excited are you about this fight?
Yeah, I'm excited. I've looked him up a little bit, and he's a good lad. He's got a good KO record. Do you know what I mean? I think he stopped 23 out of 29 or 38. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge when we step up.
Yeah, because he's very, very experienced, so it is a step-up fight for you. Do you feel like that's the right time now for you to be stepping up to that kind of opponent?
Yeah, 100%. I need to be tested every fight now, and keep going towards the English and the British. So before I hit them, I need these tests of these good lads.
You mentioned the English title there.
Yep.
So the fight with Nathan Heaney that was going to be for the English title has sort of fallen apart now. I think they're taking a different route. How disappointing is it that that fight isn't going to be happening?
Yeah, it's very disappointing. The politics of boxing is crazy. I feel like Nathan himself, because I do know him, he would have fought with me, but obviously his team have advised him not to. So yeah, I've just got to respect that and just carry on. Whoever's next, I'm ready for him.
Because obviously you're both huge ticket sellers. So do you see like that could be a fight maybe in the future?
Yeah, hopefully it is. 100% down the line, but when he's ready, I'll be ready. So yeah, it's one of those, isn't it?
So this fight on the 10th of September, what are you predicting from your performance?
Yeah, big stoppage again. We don't get paid for overtime, so.
A lot of stoppages.
Yeah.
Predicting. You've also obviously Coventry is where you're from, it's your hometown, and it's going to be a full crowd there. There was a lot of support for you last time, but it's going to be even bigger this time. How exciting is that?
Yeah, I'm more excited. I've done a shed load of tickets again for the fight. I've got my city behind me, driving Cov. So we're going to do it, yeah. We'll be there in full force, take over the stadium again.
How important is it for you to be bringing big boxing nights back to Coventry? Because it's been a while since Coventry has had big boxing nights.
Yeah, it's good because obviously it's getting the backing from the city is crazy. Do you know what I mean? It's a big city as well, and to bring these nights back, bring boxing back to Coventry is big. So it's been a while since the lads have got behind someone. So hopefully I can be the lad that everyone gets behind.
Do you feel pressure with that?
No, not really. No pressure. It's just I've done this for years now, so it's just the usual really. Just getting in there, fighting, and just proving to myself I can do it.
And you have also signed a long-term promotional deal with Mick Hennessy. It's such a huge platform, so how good is that to be on board?
Yeah, it's amazing. Obviously, it's a dream. When you first sign your pro contract, you want to be signed by someone big. So obviously, we've got Hennessy backing me now, and like I say, the tunnel's there, the road's there. I've just got to go for it. Every opportunity to take it with both hands and just be ready for the big fights.
And the opportunity, to fight on Channel 5, live and to a wide audience is important for your future of your boxing.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, I want people to see me. I want to see people to see what I'm doing, and the more knockouts I get on TV, the more people know me.
So after this fight, you get through it in September, are you wanting to be active in another fight by the end of the year?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've been ordered to fight Tyler Delahaye for the English now. Now Nathan's moved out of the way. So that's another good fight. He's a tough lad, and it's going to be fireworks, another good night. But another win for me.
And you think that fight will be before the end of the year?
Yeah, 100%. Well, hopefully it is by the end of the year. Yeah.
And are you predicting another KO in that?
Yeah, I'll get him out there.
Well, best of luck. Thanks, River. Right, Shakhan Kitters. So no opponent announced for you yet, but we'll just look back at your last fight. It was a great comeback performance. Just talk to me about that now you've had some time to reflect.
Yeah, it was something, worked on many things since obviously the defeat, and I just, it's going in the ring, just doing what I had to do. Normally, I know that I could box for a lot of fights, but I think my mindset now definitely has changed a bit more since that, and literally, like I said, I smell blood, or if I can get my opponent out there, I'm definitely pushing to get him out there.
And do you feel like getting the cobwebs off after that defeat, you feel like a different fighter now? You've worked on different things in the gym?
Yeah, obviously, as I go into training, I'm always improving on many different things. It wasn't a fight where, we've got to remember, it wasn't one that where I was losing, but nevertheless, I lost the fight. So myself and my team, we knew there's little tweaks we had to carry on working on and doing and things, but it was good to come back and, win the way I did win. I believe it's just the way I had to win. Jermaine's a solid opponent, it comes to fight, and it was an opponent which I had to get the job on, for sure.
And did you feel pressure going into that fight, coming off a defeat, having not experienced that before?
It was a little bit of pressure. We'd like to say there was no pressure. There's a lot of pressure, obviously, within training. Not more or less on how I'm going to come back or anything. It's just like that pressure knowing that I'm expected to, come back massively and get the job done. In all fights, there's always that little bit of element of pressure, but, as we go on in our training camps, you learn to handle it better and things like that, which I don't fight under pressure, but it's just that pressure knowing in myself to know that I've got to deliver big and deliver good here. But going forward, I believe that will be happening anyway, and I look to get my opponents out there and start.
So this fight coming up, you've not got an opponent announced, but what kind of fight are you wanting?
Whatever fight it has to be, man. Like literally, if I got to go in the trenches to get the job done, then I'll get the job done. If it's something where I could box my way to a victory and get them out of there, the mindset is wanting to get my opponent out of there, then that's what I'm going to do. But if it's a clean fight, it's a clean fight, I'll get him out there cleanly. If it's a horrible fight, I'm going to have to get him out the way, I'll get him out, and that's just my mindset.
And provided you do a good performance, get the win, you're looking to step up to some titles ahead by the end of the year?
100%, I want to be back here, obviously headlining again and, stepping up for bigger titles and pushing forward. For them, I believe I can do that, and I know that I'm more than ready, more or less, to do that. It's just one fight at a time, though. I'm focusing on September the 10th, and then my team and everyone else will go forward from there, and we'll obviously get it, started on these bigger titles, which we so definitely want.
Do you feel like now, on September 10th, you get a good performance in, you're back in the mix, getting talked about in the light heavyweight division?
To be fair, I'm not fussed about what the public and things want to they count you out from your last victory, they count you out from last win, whatever it is. They have their own opinions. I can't control that. All I can control is what I do going forward in my next fight, September the 10th for a start there. I look to get my opponent out in fashion, whoever it is, and whether they want to talk about me or not, it's up to them. It's always good to obviously hear good things about yourself, but I just can't focus on what I can't control, and I think that's what I've learned through my career at the moment with what's going on.
And how do you rate the sort of domestic light heavyweight scene at the moment? We've had quite a few fights recently in the division at Watsy at the weekend. How do you see it at the moment?
It's a brilliant division to be a part of. The light heavyweight scene's always thriving. If you look at everyone more or less, top 10, top 20, everyone even in the division, there's a lot of good names in there, whether they've had good amateur pedigree and whether now they're establishing themselves well in the pros. The division's thriving, and it's exciting. I think it's probably one of the most exciting divisions in there. No disrespect to everyone in there, but it is. That is one of the most exciting divisions. But domestically, there's a lot of good fights to be made. Everyone's on their own path there, and a lot of these fights are, European level, even higher, world title standard fights. What could be made in the domestic scene alone. So. Privileged to be a part of it, as well as remaining focused on my own journey and keep delivering in my fights.
And what did you make of Watsy's performance at the weekend?
It was a good performance against a solid opponent. Watts is a good fighter. I've got a lot of respect for him as a fighter. He proved a lot for himself as well. I don't think up until then, he didn't get past like 7 rounds. His fights has not been that long or so on. But yeah, he done really well. I think he tapped off a good performance by getting him out there in the 11th round. I think he boxed well at times. He had to show his toughness. But he came through it, he answered a lot of questions, and he got the job done.
And there's obviously talk of where he's going to go now, but Craig Richards has always obviously been spoken about. Is that a rematch that you would be after?
100%. I would have had it immediately. If that was in the contract or whatever, I'd love that immediately, but however, it's a sport win where, I'm not going to focus on chasing opponents. So as long as I keep winning and he keeps winning, I'm sure, then it's something where our paths will cross again. But I'm not going to spend my time chasing one opponent. I don't call anyone, I don't chase anyone. My goals always remain the same, to focus on my career. And in time, if these fights are going to get made, they're going to get done. Until then, I wish everyone more or less in the division, all the best with their career, while I remain focused on mine.
And on the 10th of September, it's going to be a full crowd. You always have a lot of support there, but how good is it going to be to have maximum crowd support?
It's going to be good. I felt the atmosphere was good even last time without with the limited numbers we had. But the Skydome Arena, it's a great venue. The way how the team actually put on the set it up as well. It's a brilliant stage to be a part of, so it's going to be good with a lot of the fans, a lot of the boxing fans, the Midlands fans, the commentary fans, everyone there bringing their fans. It's going to be brilliant to have everyone present in there enjoying good, top quality boxing. A lot of good fights are going to be on. So yeah.
And how good is it to have stable mates of yours on the same bill, all with the same supporters and all fighting on the same night?
Yeah, it's always good. The likes of obviously Casey, River and Sam and things, they've been around by boxing gym at Eastside, so obviously when we're all training, it's all thriving, and with the other lads here as well, Tommy and Idris and things, they're pushing as well, so you can see on everyone's socials that everyone's pushing hard for these these dates and things. So it's good to have everyone on here. A lot of us on here are being talked about. A lot of us are pushing and heading in the right direction to titles in our own way as well. So it's good to be a part of it, as well as obviously everyone here training hard. We're all again, we've all got our own paths, and we've all got to come through September the 10th.
Your opponent, we can announce, is Bilal Jakitou. He's French. He's a tough opponent. How are you feeling about this fight?
Yeah, it's same as any other fight. We work towards an opponent. I don't watch them. I don't look them up. I leave it down to the team, and I don't do as I'm told. So yeah, I'm looking forward to fighting in general. Like I say, the crowd's back, so it'll be a good night.
Well, he's undefeated. Tough opponent. It's your first defence. Does that bring a bit of pressure that you're the champion? He's coming to take your scalp.
Yeah, it does. I mean, like you say, I'm the champion. I'm defending my title. But in the same sense, he's defending his unbeaten record. He's coming abroad. Something he's never done before. So I think there'll be pressure on both sides. But as long as I've been here long enough to understand how to handle it and where to focus my energy. So yeah, I mean there is pressure and it's you're having a fight, but it's nothing that I ain't done before.
And he's very confident taking this fight. He says he's going to stop you. He thinks he's going to stop you maybe 8th or 9th round. Have you studied him and sort of got your own plan of how you think it'll go?
No, like I said, I don't look at him. I don't watch him. I didn't even know. He's had interviews talking about me. So if he thinks he's going to come over and stop me, then good luck to him. But I believe something completely different. So yeah, it always stands for a good fight. Like you say, I don't want someone to come over here and freeze up and me just blow him out in a round or two. So I hope he does come over here and he's calm and collected and he does have a good fight. But by the end of it, there'll only be one winner.
And just looking back at your last performance, obviously winning that title against Carlos Molina, it was a great performance. Just now you've had some time to reflect back on that. He was a tough opponent. It was a tough fight for you. How do you reflect back on that?
Yeah, I watched it back and it was a good night. He brought things out of me that not no one else has probably brought out of me. He was tough. He was experienced. He'd done small things that I suppose you wouldn't see unless you was boxing. That made me do things differently. And he brought the best out of me. When you watch it back, I think you'll see that. A lot of the times, I go in there and I try and blast them out. And I knew very early that it just weren't going to happen. Yeah, it just weren't going to happen. And I thought I'm going to have to, bide my time. And it's going to be a long night. And it was. It was a long, hard night. But like I said, in the end, I got the win and I picked up the belt.
And how good was it? Limited fans, but to have some of your fans there to get that belt.
Yeah, like I said before that fight, I'll fight, in an empty room, as long as, my wages are at the end of it. But to pick up about it, it's nice to share that with, the people that are around you most, so, my other half, my family, my brothers, sisters, mum, dad, it's nice to share them moments with them people. So to pick up about with the first show where, people could come, yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah, because you had a lot of supporters there, and it was after you came out of the ring, it was crazy for quite a long time. It was going on and on.
Yeah, I do have a few mad people do come to the boxing, and they're just non-stop, and I thank them for it. I do, but when it's interview time, it's time to be quiet.
And we were trying to get an interview, and there was just noise left, right, and centre.
It was good, like I say. It's what they come for, so you can't begrudge them it. They come to have a good wild night at the boxing, and that's what they do.
And what can they expect from the 10th of September?
A good night of boxing, like I say. People that are here now, they all want, quality fights. They're all top boxers. As for my fight, I go in and do what I normally do, whether I get a stoppage or not. It's 9 times out of 10 it's an exciting fight. Your man seems to have a big mouth and say a lot of things. So hopefully he comes over and does what he says he's going to do, and it should work out to be a good night.
And providing you get through that, you successfully defend your belt. What are we expecting from Sam Eggington after that? Are you wanting to stay active this year?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, more active the better. You
you need to be active. You know, 'cause like you kind of said, when you're not active, you know, your mind frays, you go different, you want to do different things. So yeah, I like to stay active. I like to know that there's a fight, whether it's a 10-rounder top of the bill or a 4-rounder at the bottom of the bill. I like to just stay active. You know, if I'm in the gym, you know, I'm doing something and I'm working on stuff. So yeah, more active the better. Yeah.
Because you are happy to fight anyone. You will take any fight.
Yeah, like I say, I'll take, you know, the biggest fight at the top of the bill. Or if you ring me and say, look, we've got 4 rounds at the bottom of the bill, I'll take that as well. I don't mind, as long as I'm active, I'm boxing, and I'm enjoying it. I enjoy it, so you know, there's no reason for me to say no. I enjoy what I do, and the longer I can do it, and the more I can do it, the better.
Well, you are top of the bill this time. How good is that to be top of the bill again, and to be on Channel 5 and getting so many people seeing you fighting?
Yeah, no, it's good. When I boxed Steve Payne, sorry, I did say, you know, if I can stay at the top of the bill for as long as possible, you know, I'll be happy. You know, this is my 3rd one in a row. And once we get this kid out of the way, you know, hopefully we'll get another one on the back of that. So, yeah, top of the bill's good, but like I say, anywhere on the bill, as long as I'm on it.
And obviously you're wanting to push to world titles and to get to the top. Provided you get through this, do you think that that's going to be, we're going to look at that in the next year?
I mean, it's hard to say because, you know, the bouts are all took up and there's mandatories left, right and centre, so it's hard to say. I can do super welter, I can do middle, so I have got a wide scope. I can do both weights. I will do both weights as long as the opportunities are there. So we'll have to see what happens. But again, as long as I'm pushing towards a world title, I'll do either weight. You know, as long as I have the time to do it.
Either weight, any top of the bill, bottom of the bill.
Yeah.
Very easy going.
As long as I'm earning, it's give me a shout on there.
And you also have signed a contract with Hennessy. Now, how good is that, and how excited are you for the fact that you've done that and for getting those fights under your belt?
Yeah, like I say, I weren't signed with Mick for the first 3, and he's gone, you know, to heaven and back to sort me out the fights, the bouts, the opponents. So it was only right, or I thought it was only right I'd sign with him, and you know, because he's doing such a good job anyway. I might as well be part of the team. You know, it's a good team. You know, Mick goes to, like I say, to hell and back for his fighters. So yeah, I'm buzzing to have the backing, and I'm hoping I pay it forward. You know, with the wins and the bouts that I bring back to the table.
And you think that Mick Hennessy can take you to those world titles?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I don't see why. As long as I do what I've got to do, I don't see why there's any reason Mick can't do that for me.
So just before we finish, what is your prediction for the 10th of September in your fight?
Like I say, I don't know him. I've never watched him, but I never try and do the 4 rounds, and it's always exciting. So yeah, it'll be a good night either way. But I win either way.
Well, thanks, Sam. Best of luck.
Sure.
So that concludes the press conference. So the show is going to be on the 10th of September at the Skydome Arena in Coventry.